Hey everybody, how you doing? This is Robert Hollis Jr. here. Just want to take the second to welcome each and every one of you to my blog. Make sure you fill out your information for your free gift. You can probably see it on the side of this video or this side, I don't know. To take your past fears and failures and use them as fuel to hit the ground running. So today's topic is very simple. It's about your perceived value of your business or services. I've dived a little bit deeper into this in one of my programs about, you're conveying it to the people that you're talking to of their perceived value of the product, but I never really talked about your perceived value. And what does that mean? If you're somebody that's always running into when you're trying to talk to somebody about your products or your services and they really just, don't see any value in it. They're not excited to check it out. Or, especially if I ever talk to people and they're saying, listen, you know what? I just want to do this all cold market. I don't want to talk to my friends and family. I just want to go out there and use the internet, call leads, generate leads to build my business. Now, is that bad? No, that is definitely a way that you can build your business. But when somebody says that to me, all that means to me is you don't have any perceived value in what you're doing. And, I want to elaborate on this just a little bit. So I want to, take you guys on a quick story to really drive the point home. I want to imagine each and every one of you, let's say it's tomorrow morning, you end up getting to bed early, you sleep great, and you wake up super early. You wake up at like 4:35 in the morning. The sun, just barely is about to start to come up. And you're just laying in bed, you can't go to sleep, you're tossing and turning, you go, what? You know what, if I'm up this early, I might as well make some use of it. You just decide that you just want to get out of the house, maybe go drive around, and get some fresh air before the traffic hits and the day starts to get all crazy. So you're out driving, you maybe pull off the side of the road, to a place you've never been before, and, you're kind of getting out of the city a little bit. And, you come to this dirt road and you just say, listen, the sun's now just coming up. It's a beautiful sunrise. You see this great meadow or, this great field that you can go walk through and you see, this little trail. So you just say, you know what, I'm just going to go decide that. I'm just going to go for a nice walk, get some fresh air. And, you're on this trail, you're walking, it just feels great out. The sun's coming up. And getting fresh air, and all of a sudden you come to like this other trail, and it's kind of like a trail off the trail. But you can tell it's a trail that hasn't been walked much before, that maybe was at one time, but there's some weeds growing over it. You notice that there's a trail, but somebody hasn't been down this trail for a while, and you go, you know what, I still got plenty of time, I'm going to be adventurous today, so I'm going to go down this trail. And as you start to go down this trail, you see something in the distance. It's like a cave or, like a hole in the ground, something. And you're going, what is that? It just looks weird. You can tell the trail leads up to it. And as you get closer and closer, you tell there's something different about this. You can see inside, and there's something inside, and it's kind of shimmering. The more that the sun comes up, the more it's kind of shimmering. You're going, what the heck is this? It's piquing your interest, right? And you finally get over to this cave, and you look around inside, and you're blown away. You can't believe it. There is a mountain of gold coins in this cave. And you're looking around, nobody's around for miles. There's nobody that can see you. Nobody's walked down this trail for a long time. You're jacked out of your mind, man. So you pull your shirt off or your pants, you're trying to, fill up your pants, tie them at the ends and fill up your jacket, and you're running back and forth to your car. You're filling up the trunk all the way till it gets to the point where it's like, the back end is like hanging down a little bit. It's obvious, like your car can't take much more, but there's still a lot of gold in there. So you get really excited and you start flying home, the bumper's scraping, you're jacked out of your mind, you're calling your significant other like, you better get up, hurry, as soon as I get close, open the garage, and as soon as I get in the garage, you need to shut it, hurry. And, so you're jacked out of your mind, your significant other doesn't know what's going on. You finally get home, you're honking the horn, you're all jacked out of your mind, and you're unloading this thing, and she's like, what's going on? Did you steal this? Is there somebody after you? No, there's a ton more in this cave, and we need to unload this as fast as I can so I can go back and get more. And now your significant other, your wife or husband's jacked up and they're helping you pull everything out. And you're going, listen, when I'm at, Brock, make sure all the windows are blacked out and put up, some, throw the beds out of the house and put a block in front of the garage. So when we open the garage, nobody can see it. I mean, you're jacked out of your mind. And, so you go back to this cave. and you're starting to fill up your car again. You notice something's like off, something's weird. You don't know what's going on. So what you do is you draw a line around the pile that's left of the gold. And you fly back home, you unload, you're jacked out of your mind. And when you come back to the cave, your suspicions were right. The line that you drew around the pile of coins, now there's coins actually spilling over and falling over that. So for every gold that you take out, it's getting replaced. You don't know if it's, just doubling in there, if it's coming out behind, maybe there's a cave behind the cave it's falling out of, and there's more gold there than when you first started taking it out. And now by this time, the sun's starting to come up, people are starting to be out and about, and this trail that wasn't used much before is really starting to get wear down because you're taking 4, 5, 10 trips back and forth to fill up your trunk. So now people can obviously see there's a trail here. There's obviously people out. People are going to catch on to this soon that, the second somebody sees your bumper scraping, maybe you won't be able to fill your whole garage up. You need help. So what are you going to do? Put an ad in the newspaper. Go on Facebook and try to find new friends that you can build a relationship to get them to help you carry gold out of this cave. No, who would you call? You would call your closest friends, your family members, people that you wanted to help and were reaping this reward before it gets out, before the government shuts it down, before the media gets there, before it's a feeding frenzy. You want to talk to the people you know and love. And I want you to think about that. How hard would that be to convince somebody to ditch work, to get out of bed early, to drive however far they had to come down to get this gold out of this and help you get this gold out of this cave? I know what a lot of you guys are saying. That'd be an easy pitch. I could get almost anybody to come and help me get gold out of this cave. So why do you have such a problem marketing your products or services or your business to them? Maybe your perceived value on what you're doing isn't as high as you thought it was. See, because me, as much as I do promote using a system and you don't have to talk to hundreds of people, every company that I've ever been in, I believe in 110%. I believe everybody I run across should be using the products. I believe every one of my family members should be taking advantage of the opportunity. Do you? Do you wholeheartedly believe that anybody you present your opportunity with, that they're going to benefit from? Do you really believe you have the golden nugget? Or are you just trying to say whatever you possibly can to get them to take a look at it? Because, ladies and gentlemen, there's a difference between manipulation and persuasion. Manipulation's getting somebody to do something they normally wouldn't, and they're the benefactor. Persuasion is getting something that, or you're the benefactor, and persuasion is getting them to do something, and they're the benefactor. How many people would agree that you don't have to be a good persuader to get somebody to pull gold out of a cave? That's just an example, but I want to get you guys in the right mindset. You got to look at it as if you know that your products or services could help them. If you know that your opportunity is incredible and can give people a chance that they'd never had before. Think about the economy today. There's so many people that are out there busting their humps, working 9 to 5, sometimes longer, to barely live paycheck to paycheck. They don't have time to go back to school to education. They don't have money to go back to school to education, and they certainly don't have time to do those things. Don't you believe your opportunity could be a way out for them? See, because if you had that perceived value, that what you're doing, your products, your services, your company can truly, truly help whoever you're talking to, I promise you, ladies and gentlemen, you won't have such a hard time convincing people to look at what your opportunity. But it goes back to your perceived value. And I understand that's tough. I'm sure there's some people on here going, well, I haven't made any money yet. I haven't had any success yet. Don't dictate other people's future. Don't dictate other people's opportunity on your success. You're new. You're learning. You're getting the peak of interest down. You're getting your excitement down. You're getting your enthusiasm down. Those are all things that come with the trait. But don't let your success dictate what other people's success will have. Because if there's somebody in your company that are benefiting from your products or services, if there's somebody in your company that's making above average income, making a full-time income, making $1 million a year with that income, don't you believe other people can take advantage of that too? And I promise you guys, if you have this little shift in your mind that you have the golden nugget. See, most people are worried about trying to pitch people, trying to sell people. No. You've got a golden nugget. They should be jacked up. They should be excited. They should be grateful that you presented this to them because you have something special that can benefit them. And when you make that little shift in your mind, ladies and gentlemen, I promise you, your results, the reaction of people that they get because of you having that mentality will be 100% fold, ladies and gentlemen. But I understand that's hard for people. So just think about that. How would you act as if you knew that you had the golden nugget? And think about that when you're talking to people. Think about that when you're presenting it to people. Because if you thought that way, you would already talk to all your friends and family about what you're doing. What's holding you back? Just a thought. So Robert Hollis Jr. signing off, guys. I want to thank you so much for this little tip. I know it'll help you guys. Once again, if you're on this page, you can fill out your information for your free gift from me. Or also, if you want more in-depth information on this and the tips and tricks on how I made $1 million before I was 30, make sure you click the link below. And I can't wait to meet each and every one of you directly. So Robert Hollis Jr. signing off. God bless. We'll see you on the next blog post.